So, what were some of our favorite things from 2024? Let's discuss. Welcome to Princess and Scoundrel, where we take you along our scrappily ever after, from Fantasyland to Tatooine and all the things in between. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Steven.
And we thought it's the beginning of December. It's a good time to reflect on our purchases over this last year.
Well, I think the thing is like you see like other channels talk about it. Like we love watching Tested, and
Yep.
they're like the favorite things are like, yeah, let's talk about our favorite things, because everybody's kind of looking for like, what do I get? It's Christmas time. It's the holiday season. You know, your Christmas shopping.
Right.
So it's like, here's things that we've put through its paces and said, you know what, I've been using it a majority of the year. So,
Right. Yeah, and that's also kind of how I like to give gifts too, is what's something that I've really loved for myself for the year, and then I gift that to the people closest to me, because I'm like, I love this. I'm pretty sure you're gonna like it. Like,
Yeah.
let me share my joy about this thing with you.
Yeah.
So since we have a platform, we can just share it with everybody. So we have a list. I don't want to say there's like X number of things, favorite things for the year, but we just pulled together some of our things that we have really loved.
Yeah.
So let's get into it.
All right.
All right. First up is something we sing about in our house quite often, and it's very silly.
Okay, so here we have like a little example. So if you're
We
watching,
do.
I'm pulling out of the hat is Owala water bottles. A little bit of a tongue twister there.
Yep. So it is, I think they're going to be like the new Stanley. And I've never been big on like the water bottle craze at all. You were actually the one that got the whole family into this specific water bottle.
But it's funny because I saw, again, watching other people. I was influenced by other people, but Peter and Kitra, they had this water bottle, and I was like, let me go try it. Like, I am really bad about drinking enough water, and I've gotten different water bottles and just kind of, I would get them, but not stay consistent with it.
Yeah.
And for some reason, these bottles, I've actually started carrying around more and drinking more water. So it's like one of those, okay, it actually has been effective of making me drink more water.
Right. Now, it's not like it's just a water bottle. There are features to it that make it good. One is spill proof. It has the hook, which I think is really important for when we're going to the parks, because we like to hang them on the stroller. So those two right away is like spill proof and a hook.
I think when you say that too, like it kind of clicked in my head. I was like, a lot of what the stuff that we've kind of prepared for is very travel. Like, we did a lot of traveling this year.
Yes.
So that's like the testing that we've done, is like taking it other places and making sure it works, you know, all over the place.
Right. Yeah. I mean, really and truly. So we love these water bottles. This is actually the kid size. It's the 16 ounce, I think, kid size one. But what's so great about it is mine is very full. That just spilled all over the table. Oh my God. I forgot I filled it up right before. It's like actively dripping down me. So we'll clean that up in a second. But it has what is called a free sip. You're probably going to have to show it. So you can either drink out of, there's like a little,
I'm doing my best Vanna White. And
there's a straw that goes all the way in, and then there's also a bigger hole, and they're basically, you can drink out of the straw or drink
out of the sipper.
like a cup.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we need to clean that up. But the other thing that we've done is, yours was actually a larger one, and we ended up buying a small like kids cup that goes with it, and we made it our own baby Owala.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the thing is all you need is that straw with the sipper, with the top. So you could mix and match them. So it's like the whole thing with I think with the Stanleys, where they're just different colors and whatnot. Yeah. But again, I've really enjoyed it because I've been able to drink more water. And so I'm doing air quotes, feel healthier. But yeah, this is definitely one of those things that picking up just to drink more water.
Yay!
Be more healthy.
Join me in our water drinking journey.
Now, that kind of brings us into again, not a top 10, top whatever.
No.
Just our next thing that we've started using is, and I'm gonna you take it over from here.
Okay, so we travel a lot, and packing has always been like a big thing. Like the more efficient we can get in packing, we love it. And we have just like we've spent hours talking about these since they're not a new discovery either. Like it's not a new thing that just
and I
came
think
out.
that's the thing too. Is like, I don't think anything is new, like
New tech.
unheard of. It's just us being able to discover how to fully utilize it.
Yeah.
And this is like, okay, this is how we use it, and this is how, to best use it.
Right. So they are compression vacuum sealing bags. So we typically will use a packing cube that it's got like a mesh top, and I typically will divide like all of my undergarments, my shirts in one, my pants in another, and then like whatever else. And so I'll have 3 or 4 different ones, and I throw all those in the suitcase. It takes up a lot of space. Clothes are heavy and they take up a ton of space. I can typically pack all of our kids' stuff for a trip in like one large packing cube. But I think I don't know if we got shamed or we like just shamed ourselves because we had gone on a trip and we had packed like 4 huge suitcases.
Yeah.
And we were gone for like a week. It was a long time, but I'm like, we were wondering, is there a better way to not have to carry all of this stuff?
I think I was like overthinking it way more than I probably should have, but I was just like, we're bringing around too much.
Yeah.
Because we see everybody else, they have a carry-on and a backpack, and I'm like, I want that. I want to be able to be very minimal.
Right.
And we were trying to figure out what can we cut, what can we like squeeze in, and I think this is where we figured out how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because on our last trip, we were able to do a carry-on and a backpack, each of us.
Right.
And with these, we were able to, like for me, wearing jeans and different pants and shirts and stuff, I was able to fit everything into a carry-on, which was incredible because I'm typically the one towing everything. So instead of 4 big suitcases, it was 4 carry-on suitcases.
Right. And we each strolled our carry-on this time.
Well,
too,
yeah,
because we didn't have a stroller. That was the other thing. But it's been wonderful. We've bought them from a couple of different places, and we bought them for this last trip specifically, but they have 3 different sizes, typically small, medium, large, depending on what size suitcase you're going to fit into it or whatever it is that you're bringing along. Now, I packed a bunch of stuff. We've packed everything, and we put everything into these vacuum things. The only thing that there was one skirt that I was wearing that I had to iron before I put it in that came out wrinkly, but everything else that we packed like button-up shirts and nice outfits and all of these things didn't wrinkle in the way that I would have expected them to, being compressed like this. And I was shocked because I was like, I think I'm only going to do like my underwear and my sleep clothes and like soft clothes, and then anything nice I'm not going to. But we didn't have an issue.
But I think that's the thing too, is like, even if you say, okay, I'm not going to do my dress shirts or something like that.
Yeah.
Being able to compress the other stuff, like, shorts and, if it's a swimwear, underwear, whatever, all that stuff could get compressed down. And this helps so much of just creating more space for your other clothes.
Right.
So I think that's another thing to, you don't have to use it for everything, but it helps get a lot of that stuff crunched down.
In dirty clothes. Because
I did help for that.
What we used to do is we would bring garbage bags with us, and that would be like our hamper on the trip. And so we would just throw all of our dirty clothes in the direction of the trash bag, and then at the end of the trip, like put it up. And we would try to compress it, but it didn't really work because it wouldn't seal. With these, I felt like we were folding our clothes up and putting them back in there as we went. And so packing was a breeze. Getting all of the stuff back home really wasn't difficult to get it all back in the same suitcases.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't the shuffle that we normally have to do, but it's amazing. And you can fold them in half too, but easy. You don't need, that's the other thing. You don't need a like a vacuum or anything
Oh yeah, these are
device to
self.
go with them. They seal themselves. There's like one-way valves like at the bottom of them, and so you just roll them, and then as much air as you want to take out of them. Because if you are worried about wrinkles, you could just
Not do it.
not do it as much. But we love those. I'm hooked. I'm like, let's pack something
Yeah.
else.
Well, I mean, again, getting ready for Japan, I'm like, we need to figure out a solution because I do not want to be traveling with a million suitcases.
We'll see. All right, so next up on our list, we're going to put these away, and then we will bring the next set out, which is Heroes and Villains. I have a couple of examples. So we have been working with Heroes and Villains for a little over a year now, and their bags are absolutely incredible.
I think the thing is like they also have clothes, which
do.
you know,
And they're really good quality
Yeah.
clothes, too.
but I think for us, what we've really enjoyed are the different bags because they have backpacks, they have weekender bags, they have these sling crossbody
sling bags.
and again, we've used it for different, like these I use when we're at Disney, so kind of carry all the
Right.
junk I need to take with me instead of having it in a backpack. Again, the weekender bag, just cramming stuff in there, for a weekend trip type
Yep.
of thing. So,
Yeah. They're wonderful. They are very thoughtful in the designs on the bags. Everything is really well made. Like, we have put these things through their paces and they still look
Yeah.
great. I really love the fanny pack too, because a lot of fanny packs don't have like good pockets. A lot of bags in general just don't have very thoughtful pockets and placement of things, or they put too many pockets. And I feel like these are it's just the right amount, and it's just where you would want things. It all just makes sense.
Yeah. Well, just the bag themselves, like you're saying, like as far as the pockets, I think it's nice because there's different pockets for different things. I think the only thing we haven't tried yet is those the carry-ons, and we'll have to get our hands on those. But yeah, I was like, as far as like for a trip, it's always nice that we have the different varieties of like a nice big backpack, a bag, or whatever, and you're gonna look good. Like I've gotten stopped in the airport, kind of like, oh hey, like what kind of bag is that?
Yeah.
And it's weird, but it's nice because you kind of like, okay, I'm carrying like a cool bag. It's not just
Right.
a
Well,
normal suitcase bag.
The designs aren't over the top either, because we like to keep it like a subtle, like we sneak like a little bit of subtle fandom into all of like everything that we're wearing. And with this, like you wouldn't tell unless you can see the logos on here. And so
Yeah.
that's nice too, where it's not like you're carrying like a Lego backpack.
I mean,
and
I
it's
like
very,
that Ahsoka backpack. I use that a lot.
but I feel like that's even subtle too. Like unless you knew it's not like their face like plastered like real
okay, yeah,
big,
yeah.
right? Like it's I don't know. It's nice. I could take this to work and people are gonna be like, "Oh, you got another Star Wars bag." Like,
Yeah.
I enjoy that about it. And the good thing is, so we are partners with Heroes and Villains. So if you want to get 20% off of any of your purchases at Heroes and Villains, you can type in PS20, and there is a link below that will take you to there. But it will get you 20% off, even off of sale items.
Nice.
Like any sales that they have, it'll get you an additional 20% off, which is
Yeah.
amazing. All right, next up, another travel thing.
I mean, that's the thing is like this whole year, it's been like travel, and I think just getting better at travel.
Yeah. So we travel a lot. We use our phones a lot when we travel because we are either capturing content, or when you're at Disney, you're constantly on your phone trying to get lightning lanes and mobile order and all of these things. Or we're just in long plane rides and our battery dies. And we finally made the switch from fuel rods and battery packs that you have to plug into to a wireless battery pack that is MagSafe. So it is a wonderful, mine's kind of light, you can't really see it, but it is MagSafe. So it just clicks on there and it stays, like it doesn't go anywhere. Go ahead.
Well, no, so I'm pretty sure, we're talking about iPhones. That's what we use. So they have that MagSafe.
Right.
I'm pretty sure the other, like the Samsungs or Android phones and stuff, they'll have a similar solution. But yeah, having the wireless charging has been fantastic because now you're not having to worry about a cord to charge.
Right, where you have it in your back pocket and then you have a cord to your phone
Yeah.
and you're fumbling over it. Or I keep this in my purse at all times, even if I'm not going anywhere where I'm going to need, like, I'm going to be without a charger, because it's just simple to carry just this versus this and a cord and. There are other versions of this one. So we're going to put links to absolutely everything in here in the description. I had initially bought one that was a little bit cheaper and a little bit thinner, and it didn't have enough charge to charge my phone fully even once. And you had bought the beefier one, and I was instantly like, nope, I'm gonna return mine and get
I think
the
that's
bigger
the thing
one.
is like the smaller one, it's more travel friendly,
Right.
like you know, putting in your pocket type of thing. But again, you're not going to charge it, be able to charge your phone fully if you need to.
Right. So it's nice. It does have a stand too. So if you needed to use it to hold your phone whenever you're on the plane, that works. And it does have the capability to, you could connect a wire to it. So if we're charging our kids' tablets,
Oh yeah,
you can do that as well. But I love these. I think this has been one of our, it's like with all of these, as soon as you start using it, you're like, oh my God, life is so much simpler now that I have this. And why didn't I do this sooner?
Yeah.
This was definitely one of those for me.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Next up is, we can't put this out there to show you. And we also must, as we gesture wildly with our hands. The other thing I think we should preface this next conversation with is, we are not financial advisors. We are not licensed in any way to give financial advice. So just take whatever opinions and advice that we share, or stories that we share, with a grain of salt, to make your own decisions, do your own research, whatever. But, and this is not something new that we've done this year. We have been doing this. Our very first credit card together was this, but a travel credit card.
Yeah.
Credit cards that will get you points or rewards in some way towards traveling. So when we were engaged and we got our first joint bank account together, and we got a Southwest credit card, and it was very helpful because up until we became content creators that traveled, we never paid for flights.
Yeah.
Not a single flight did we ever pay for, because we had enough points that we could just book everything on points. Now that we travel more frequently, it would be lovely if we could book all of that on points.
Well, but I think that's, on that same note, is there are other cards that can assist in that way. And I think the big thing for us is we really started looking at what the advantages of each of the cards that we have to be able to travel, like use them for travel.
Right.
And then learning from other friends, like what their cards and what, their different point systems, like, and again, all of these there's just like a point system that you have to figure out
Right.
which one best works with how you like to travel and what you like to travel with. But I think it's something to definitely look into, because if you really want to travel, this is almost like dollars left on the table, because you could have your normal money spent work for you for the travel stuff.
Right. So there are, like you said, a handful of travel credit cards. There are some that are airline specific, like United, Delta, Southwest. There are hotel specific ones. And then there are some that are just kind of, they earn you points. And so we have the Chase Sapphire Reserve credit card, and that earns you points, or I don't remember exactly what it's called, but they're like Chase points. And you can either book travel through the Chase portal, or you can transfer them to United, Delta, Southwest, Hilton. That I may be getting some of those wrong, but you can transfer them. And that's what we like to do, is to transfer them. Or we book rental cars on points, and we don't pay for them.
Yeah.
And that's nice. Maybe we will look at doing like a specific one later on, but this one has worked for us really, really well. And regardless of the points, there's extra benefits that come with the travel component of it as well, because we get a free TSA pre-check or global entry every like 4 or 5 years. The card will cover the cost of that. You get access into priority pass clubs at any of the airports. So there's like the club at MCO that we can get into for our whole family for free. And they've got little light bites and an open bar and all kinds of stuff. And then most recently we discovered the lounge, the Chase Sapphire Lounge at LaGuardia. That was the whole reason I was like, we got to put this on the list.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was definitely like, again, it's just like a little rest area. Instead of you out waiting at your gate, you could sit over here, grab a drink, grab something to eat, and kind of relax. Like it's high stress when you're in the airport. but
Right.
It definitely helps just like being able to sit there and a nice little ambiance and
Yeah. It just you don't feel like you're stressing, like looking at the board.
Yeah.
Like, is my flight on time? Is it coming yet? So that's really nice. That LaGuardia Lounge though is like a game. It's
yeah.
oh my gosh, it's so nice in there. But travel
They're
credit
supposed
cards.
to be bringing more of those like around. I think we were talking to one of the workers there.
Yeah, I think so. I think this was like the flagship one in the States, and they're going to start rolling out more. So fingers crossed there to the places that we go because
At least MCO. I think that
Right.
would be nice.
please, oh my goodness, that would be so nice. Is there anything else we wanted to talk about with the travel credit cards?
No, I mean I think just take a look at them because we've been able to utilize them a
Yeah.
lot this year. So
We've been a big fan for the longest time. Thank goodness for points.
yeah,
All right, next up, we have some things that we can show on this one, but we're also wearing them.
oh
I thought you were like
yeah,
doing a little
yeah.
pose. It is our friends over at Roosevelt's. They started out really just making like button up all over print.
the Kunu shirts.
The Kunu Flex button up shirts, which are really great, but then they've started expanding pretty quickly too over the last couple of years to all different kinds of clothing. Like it's not just a shirt company now, it's like a clothing brand.
Yeah,
And we absolutely love them. They support us here at Princess and Scoundrel, and we're rocking a few of their things. So I've got on a Star Wars performance hoodie. You have on a Star Wars flannel. We wear the hats like daily. I love their hats.
and so this is where again, yes, we've worked with them for a good while, but truly this year I have been able to wear. I feel like every type of shirt or every shirt jacket type that they've had
Yeah.
in every type of scenario. I've been able to dressed up, dressed down, sleepwear or
Working
cold,
out.
hot, like all of it. It's like they have a shirt or some kind of wear for you in any kind of scenario.
Yeah.
And I think the thing that I like about it is you're able to wear a little bit of your style, your fandom.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's subtle, sometimes it's a little bit more loud, but every time that I've worn something Roosevelt's, I've gotten somebody say, "Hey, that's a nice shirt." And either they're an insider or not, it's, it feels good. It feels good that you get recognized and, someone says you look good.
Yeah. No, I love it. And I think one of the things we really love about Roosevelt's is it is a small business, and it's not just like a clothing company. It's a community that they've built. It's like a lifestyle almost that they've built from it. And so when you mention the insiders, there's this Roosevelt's Insiders Facebook group that's like, I don't even know, 20, 30,000 people in there. And it's just like what you said. If you see somebody and you're like, oh, nice shirt, that's kind of like the, oh, hey, are you an insider type of thing. And you meet other people because you see, I don't know exactly how to put it into words, but it's just, you're able to find your people without going to a convention or going to all of these places. You can just find them at the Costco. And we're like, oh, hey, that's a Roosevelt's shirt. And I think that's cool to be able to make connections with people that are like you in everyday scenarios outside of going to the Disney parks or the conventions.
Yeah.
So I love that. And I do love, I know we mentioned like subtly showing our fandom. Some of the shirts are very loud.
Yeah.
When you have like Mace Windu on your face, on your chest like this big. But a lot of them, even if I wore this to work, like I've worn shirts with stormtroopers and Darth Vader all over them, nobody says anything to me.
Yeah, because again, it's a design that unless you really look at it, it doesn't pop out.
It's wonderful. It's fun. Everything that we have from there is super high quality, super comfortable to wear.
Comfortable for sure.
And it makes you look good. It makes you feel good.
Yeah, another favorite for the year.
Absolutely. All right. Next up is another thing we don't actually have tangibly
because we use it.
Because we use it, and it's in our car, and was too lazy to go uninstall it from my car, but it actually is pretty easy, and that is a MagSafe car mount for your phone.
What it sounds like with the battery and now the mount is your favorite thing is the like you using the MagSafe.
My favorite thing is my phone. and being able to use my phone in multiple scenarios. No, the MagSafe really is really nice because you don't have to be attached to a cord all the time. I still plug my phone into my car, but being able to just easily like boop my phone onto the dash and use it for directions makes it so much easier because you're not like looking down. And this, it's such a silly thing because these have existed forever.
Yeah. No.
This is nothing new, but we finally got on the MagSafe because we
Well, and I think that's, again, the thing is the MagSafe, because like they've had the mounts before, but you have to like screw them in and tighten it up.
suction them to the
Yeah.
dash, and this one just hooks into your air vent. Very, very secure. It doesn't like fall down or anything. Like, it is great because we went through a few of them. Remember when we were like, we need to have something in the car where we can have our phone up so we can actually see where we're going. And I've gotten to the point where I'm like, I may just buy, we have one for each of our cars. I'm like, I may just buy a third one. So when we do travel and rent a car, because
Put it in
that's, it's frustrating now when you like,
Oh yeah.
when we're renting a car somewhere and
You
we're
have to
like,
like put it down and.
or it's like you're driving and I'm like this
G-
holding my phone. Turn here. So it's a silly one, but again, it's one of those ones that as soon as you start using it, you're like, oh,
Yeah, no, I definitely think it's, again, it's just that those efficiencies, or a feeling of efficiency where you're kind of like, oh, I'm like, now I don't have to hold it or look for my phone. It's there. It's right there. So
yep.
sometimes you feel like an Uber driver, but it's fine.
I mean, somebody did ask if I was an Uber driver the other day. I was waiting for you outside somewhere. They were like, you an Uber driver? I was like, I'm a wife. I'm just here to pick up my husband. Okay, so those are all the things that we collectively loved throughout the year. I think each of us have prepared a couple of things individually.
Okay.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah.
Okay.
I could go to my first one. And again, a lot of this stuff I like to put through its paces because I have a couple things, right?
Yeah.
I have the new DJI Mic 2, I believe. It's wireless mics. I'm playing with them. I haven't got to the point of like, yes, I need these. Like if you do any kind of microphone work, get these type of thing. Like I'm still playing with it. I'm getting used to it. Same thing goes with these headphones. They're Shocks headphones, Open Run Pros, I think they are. As you probably know, I've been starting to run this year, training and doing all that stuff. And through my learnings, I kind of learned like I need different headphones, not the normal Apple ones where you kind of stick in your ear because those start to bug you. Mm-hmm. These are bone conductive, so there's nothing in your ear. It's just vibrations. So that might be something that bothers you if you're sensitive to that. But as far as the quality, they've been great. I've enjoyed using them so far. I've run with them a couple times. But yeah, these are probably, if you're a runner, or I think they even have waterproof ones for like swimming. Oh. So if you're like a swimmer, they look into those. But I'm testing them out. We'll see. Like if it's like maybe next year, I totally recommend them.
Yeah.
For like different stuff because I haven't traveled with them yet. So again, that's another test for it. But I've been able to listen to stuff like right next to you, and you haven't heard anything. So it's not one of those, it makes loud noise for everybody type of thing. So this is kind of my like honorable mention of on my list.
I like it. Do you want me to go next, or do you want to finish yours?
No,
okay,
go ahead.
Mine. I have two, and they're very silly. So I'll do this one first. It is an eye mask, and I hope the quality on this video is not very good because this is worn. So full disclosure,
battle
I have put this through the paces, and I've washed it enough that like the seam is ripped on the bottom, and I really need to order a new one, but I'm like, it'll be fine. But it is a contoured eye mask for sleeping. I have learned that I have thin eyelids, and when I'm sleeping or trying to sleep, like any kind of light just wakes me up. Like I see it and it bothers me and it wakes me up. And after becoming a mom, I became a much lighter sleeper than I used to be. And so wearing this, it completely blacks it out because it's contoured. It's not like smushed up against your eyes. You can still open your eyes in there. But the way it's contoured, it's completely blacks out everything. It's comfortable to wear all night long. It doesn't go anywhere. And I sleep through the night, like miraculously. Like it has improved my sleep so much. It is fantastic for traveling too, because when you're traveling in a new place, it's just like it's like a sensory deprivation thing, I think, for me.
Yeah.
Because the other thing is sometimes we watch ASMR videos to go to sleep, and so we'll sleep with the TV. We fall asleep with the TV on, and the noise doesn't bother me. It's the light and the constant like flashing of light. So this is huge. It's a huge help for me, both for at home, and then I have another one that I travel with because I love them that much. All right, what do you have next?
All right. So my like second honorable mention, which has gone on many adventures with me during this year.
And on its own.
And on its own. You probably remember it got lost. I left on the airplane. Again, not new devices, but fully using it. So it is my iPad. But I use it to sketch, to draw, to, type up notes or whatever. But I've also connected it to my PlayStation, my Steam account, so I could play like all my games. So you could just connect a Bluetooth controller to it, and whenever we're on our travels, I could log in, play my PC games from home or from anywhere.
Right, from
home.
anywhere.
Yeah. So it's one of those like it's come in so clutch because even though like we're doing stuff during the trip, there's those few moments where you're in the hotel room, you just want to like watch a movie or something or just do something. Mm-hmm. I'm able to do that.
Yeah.
So
well, I think it's nice too because you have the Apple Pencil with it. Is you sketched out, I think, both of our Mosh helmets and outfits.
Yeah.
On the iPad.
Oh yeah, I mean that's like all my sketching and stuff that I'll do is like I'll take a photo of something and then kind of go from there.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this is one of those like again nothing new.
No.
But being able to use it in different ways is super helpful. But if you have like other apps or other things that I could use this for, please let me know because being able to like justify using it more is even better. So
I think it's great for you because you do game and you've figured out ways to make it like very, very functional for you in everyday life. Like I do most of my stuff off of my phone and I've been using my laptop more instead of my desktop computer. But like for me, it's like I don't play games. Like I don't really need all of that.
The next thing I'm like right now, what I'm trying to figure out is being able to either stream or like record onto this. If I could do that, that would be like incredible because again, I've been talking about it, like this whole mobile recording station, but like out of an iPad would be fantastic.
Yeah, which goes hand in hand with the DJI mics that
I've been playing with them. But
so 2025, look out.
Yeah,
it's coming.
I want to have it just like in a case where I could just like open it up and have the whole station. So
and then it's like we're in Galaxy's Edge.
There you go.
Join us, won't you? All right, my last thing. It's so silly that we're ending in this. Press on nails. I've got 2 sets of press on nails that I have not put on, and I have not told Steven that I have 2 more sets coming in the mail. I don't have nails on right now, but this brand specifically, it's BT Art Box, has been a game changer. I've been using press-ons for over a year now, probably 2 years, and I would always have an issue with the nails popping off because it's just you put the glue on the nail, you put it on your finger, and you hold it, and then whatever. There's lots of prep that goes into it. Don't touch water. You're like a gremlin or something when you do them. And I followed all of it to a T. But they would always, within a few days, a few of them would pop off. I would have to keep glue in my purse, and it was just like annoying because I didn't feel like I could really use my fingers. I was like, I look cool, but I can't function fully. With these, they come with, and it's not new, but it just happens that they all come in this box, so it's so easy to travel with, sticky tabs that you put. It's basically like double-sided, like a glue dot, but it's like a sticky tab you put on your nail, and then you can put the nail on. What I do, because I misread the directions the first time, was I do the sticky tab, and then I put the nail glue on the nail, the fake nail, and then I put that together. So I use 2 adhesives. You're only supposed to use 1, but when I do it that way, it lasts 2 to 3 weeks and like strong. Like I have put them through their paces. Like I unloaded the truck for Mosh Isley in San Diego and like accidentally like, when you like miscalculate and I like, fine. no problems. So I absolutely love these. They're really cheap. Because I do not go get my nails done. Like I feel like I'm low maintenance, but I'm not. I'm just lazy. Like I don't like to leave my house to do things if I can just do them myself. And so this is one of those things I can do myself.
Well, I think that I could, not to say I don't care
I
any
know what
about
you-
it,
yeah.
but the thing that I think you've enjoyed about it is being able to change, like for the different events, if it's Halloween or Christmas, like you could change your theme,
Yeah.
or like have a different color type of thing,
Yeah.
and it doesn't feel like it's a whole different, oh, I got to go in and do a whole new change. You're like, no, I just
Just boop.
pop
Just-
them off and go.
Yeah. So I love them. I don't like paying salon prices. I don't like leaving my house, like I said. These are wonderful. I had always worried about before doing press-ons that like they were gonna be super frail, or like my whole like real nail would like come off with them, or like it would hurt.
That's what I would worry about, but
Not at all. With these, not at all. And like I said, the last set that I wore, they stayed on for 10 full days, and like I was cleaning the house and I had accidentally gotten like water inside the gloves I was using to clean, and so one of them like pulled up enough that I was like, I could glue it back down, but I was like, whatever, I'm gonna take them all off. But aside from that, 2 to 3 weeks with those. So I love them. That's not a thing on the list that you and I share
Yeah.
together, but that's been like my thing that I think harped on like all year long that I love.
Yeah.
So I think that wraps up our list, huh?
Those are our favorite things for this year.
Mostly travel related.
I mean, again, that's a lot of what we did,
Mhm.
and so a lot of that stuff was focused around that,
Yeah.
and just like it feels like we're getting better, right?
I think so. I think we use, I mean, before we didn't have toiletry bags, which I was going to put our toiletry bags, or at least mine, on the list because I really do love mine. But we were really bad about packing before. We thought we were good at it. And we were just, I think we're learning as we go what we really need and what we don't.
Yeah.
And hacks that we can do to make things easier, like things we don't need to bring with
And I think that's
us.
the other thing too, is like, please let us know. Like if you have even more efficient ways to do things, please let us know, because I'm fully, because I'll watch videos and I'll call BS. I'm like, there's no way they could do that. There's no way. Like trying to fit everything in a week's worth of clothes in a backpack. I'm like, there's no way. There is no way.
There's no way.
Like unless you're wearing nothing but spandex the entire time,
Or one pair of pants.
or one pair of pants.
Like we don't rewear our clothes that often, especially on trips, because we're walking a lot and we're sweaty. And it's like, I cannot put on the same sweaty pair of pants that I was wearing.
I just like pants, just for
They take a lot
guys,
of
like it takes a
space.
lot of space.
A lot.
So, but
Yeah.
yes, send us if you have like other things. Like send us what your favorite things were this
Yes.
year. Like that way we could try it, or it's something that brought up and like, oh, you know what, we did try that. It was really good.
Oh, yes, I would like that. Please drop your favorite things in the comments, because that will make our lives easier when it comes to gift
Yeah.
shopping
Oh, yeah.
this year. The other thing is, this is another thing that it's not an actual thing. It's more of an experience that you could give. So we've got 2 things I think that are up for offer. One, if you and your loved ones are down to party with us at Mosh Isley in Orlando, tickets are on sale now.
Come travel with us.
Come travel with us. Come hang out. Come do a Mosh Isley at Orlando. We also have a merch store that is up there. But the other thing, and this is one of my favorite things to give, is travel. I love to say, wouldn't you rather go on a trip for your birthday instead of have a gift? Because that's what I would like. And so gifting travel is a great way to give a gift to somebody that has everything, because they haven't been on that trip just yet. So if you do want help with booking travel, you can always reach out to me, or go to sarahjmax.com and reach out to me there. And then
We have our good journey too.
we do have Good Journey. So
So,
if you want to go on
come
a
travel with
cruise,
us.
Come travel with us. If you want to go on a cruise with fellow Star Cruiser and Star Wars fans, we're going to be going on Utopia of the Seas February 28th to March 3rd out of Port Canaveral, which is in Orlando. Oh, it's going to be so much fun. We just got off of that ship, and that was
Yeah.
a good time. I cannot wait. Like, I open my Royal Caribbean app every day, and I'm just like, how much longer until we can do this again? Because it was so much fun.
Yeah. No, it was. So we talked about it last episode.
Our last episode. So yeah, if you want to learn more
was a
about
good
it,
time.
go check it out there. But I think we have inundated you with enough ideas and things that we have loved this year. Please tell us what you've loved in the comments.
Until next time.